You think Lance Armstrong's more aerodynamic because he has one nut?
Um,
Does it cut down on drag or anything? I mean, it makes you more comfortable probably on the seat
yeah.
because bikes are.
You only have to worry about sitting in one direction.
But since you do only have the one left, if you sit down wrong, you're like, oh, but that's the baby. It's like the old Dave Attell bit. You think you got one tooth left, you would baby it a little bit, like a baby.
How do I get into the tower?
Old one nut Lance Armstrong. I'm gonna go through and listen to Sheryl Crow songs and make them about his one nut.
Yeah, Taylor Swiftify it.
Yeah. Every day is a one nut boyfriend.
Yeah. He broke up with me when I had cancer.
If Biden gets reelected and they have the inauguration, he's been tripping and falling a lot, like Chevy Chase.
Yeah, like a Gerald Ford situation.
Ford, yeah. So if he trips and falls during his inauguration and hits his head, they're going to have to ask him who the president is. How many fingers am I holding up? Who's the president? He's going to be like, oh, Shirley Temple. I got a woman president.
Is that actor? All right.
I was going to do that. I was working on that bit about the Jabari people. But then Steve Harvey did it so much better. I fucked up and listened to old comedy albums that ruined this bit I was working on.
Yeah.
Because he did it with Michael Clark Duncan when he was doing Planet of the Apes. Plus, it's not my place to do that kind of thing anyway. It wouldn't sound good from me.
No, you just have to come up with an angle for it. There's always a good angle.
Yeah, give it to a black comedian. That's what Louis C.K. did with Chris Rock.
Well,
you can have this. It's racist.
Yeah, but I guess that's what Richard Pryor and Mel Brooks did with Blazing Saddles. Richard Pryor wrote all the white parts in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks wrote all the black parts.
But yeah, we were, I commented on this show previously about how weird it was, the Disney executives. And this is our whole argument about the inclusivity and all this other stuff, is that it's not anybody who asked for help. And every other POC that I've spoken with of any other culture, Hispanic otherwise, when I do try to say, I don't like racism, I'm not happy with it, I wish there was something like, what can I do? Their answer is always, there's nothing you can do. This is not the Green Book. You're not Viggo Mortensen.
You're not the savior.
We don't need you to come in on your white horse and save us. There's nothing it's systemic. So there's nothing any one person can do without a time machine and a gun.
No, I mean, they already did the most brave thing, which is turn every single redhead into a black character. That is the most brave thing you can do.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's studio executives virtue signaling to try to make themselves look good at meetings for being inclusive without having been asked by anybody. I don't think anyone from the African American community asked them to make the Little Mermaid from the Norwegian fairy tale to be a race other than Norwegian or whatever.
Well, I'm just glad that for once Little Mermaid girls can see themselves in a movie.
But I mean, they could reach out to Dave Chappelle or somebody about this stuff and be like, "What do you think as a leader in the community? Would this be a good idea?" And he'd be like, "Fuck no, don't be stupid. You're not helping anybody. You're acting like you're helping everybody. You're probably going to get a raise."
I don't think they would.
Yourself.
Ask Dave Chappelle.
That's what I'm saying. No one asked them, and they didn't ask anyone.
Dave Chappelle is not he's not what they think of. He's basically Kanye at this point.
Yeah. If you could light something on fire under there, it would probably go up higher. That's on fire.
I wonder if you have to get on this thing from the top.
Gusty.
Oh, we probably needed to.
Remember the Gusty bit about Hillary Clinton and Gutsy, but it's about queefs. It's Gusty.
Can I climb up this? Let's see. I can.
You're climbing it. But yeah, Steve Harvey's bit was way better. Michael Clark Duncan told me he was getting $10 million to do Planet of the Apes, and he was like, "I'd be jumping up and down. $10 million.
Eating watermelon.
Woo!
Yeah."
And my bit was just, somebody was at that table read like, "You want me to say what?" during this part of Black Panther?
You want me to hoop like a
Whooping
gorilla?
intensifies.
Yeah. Right.
There had to be somebody in that room that somebody was offended to do that in front of it. But yeah, it's not up to me to make those calls. I have a Chewie shelf in my house. It's 2 Chewie shelves now of Chewie action figures, Chewbacca action figures. We won one at the Star Wars.
Yeah,
trivia.
yeah. I picked the prize package that had a stupid Chewbacca Funko Pop because that's the only Funko Pop that Josh is allowed to have in my presence because you're a Chewie guy. So
I have already won. I have the Porg one, which is even worse. But you got me. You won me we won me. You did all the work. There was a large part of that Star Wars trivia where there was only one set of footprints in the sand, and that was when
it was Josh running away and me having to carry myself.
That was me running away and got a nundayo.
No, it was fun. We totally destroyed Star Wars trivia, obviously. But the reason we really destroyed it is because it was just over the first 6 movies.
I think Dave & Buster's is gonna be the true test.
Yeah.
It's the end of May. It's not a bar. It's not a social event. It's Dave & Buster's a very nerdy place. It's a video game place.
Right.
So we might be more equally matched. Maybe the questions will be harder. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, my assumption was that since we murdered at Woodrow's, that we could clean up all month.
We're not actually streaming. Let me stream. You keep talking.
Are we recording at least?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. So yeah, at Dave & Buster's, you have to come up with a team name. I was coming up with team names because ours was like quick. I just called it Chewrockus. But what was the other one? Kylo Ren and Stimpy.
That's a good one.
Or what's your Millennium Falcon problem? Which one of those do you like better?
My favorite, you might have to repeat it. My favorite is Ryan Johnson killed Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good too. That's controversial. We're gonna get. I don't know if we'll win best name for that, or if they're even doing that. Ryan Johnson killed Carrie Fisher. George Lucas raped my childhood while Ryan Johnson was pouring great salt on the wounds of the dead Carrie Fisher. So, did you watch Star Wars Visions Season 2?
No, I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah. We watched some of them. We made a show about it. The first one,
No, I watched season 1 of Star Wars.
Yeah.
All of it.
Okay. But you didn't watch any of season. Everything Donnie says, I have to repeat. Donnie says he didn't watch season 2.
I only talked to you, Josh.
for the same reason he didn't watch anything, doesn't watch everything else.
I'm like God. I only speak to you.
There's too many dumb whores on the show, and Donnie doesn't like shows about dumb whores. No, the first Star Wars Visions was rad. It was anime studios from all over the world, mostly Japan. We have a very heavy Japan bent on this show. Everything's Japan.
No, it was basically it was Star Wars anime, which was really cool.
Yeah, so they got a bunch of other studios from around the world. And then you heard a rumor that they all had female leads, which, whatever.
Yeah, like literally every single one, the main character protagonist was a girl.
But, I mean,
in the new season,
you could argue that there is no gender in space. You don't know what it could be. Alienation. Their vaginas could be in their armpits. It could be anything. Everybody could be everything.
Yeah, they just appear to be.
In space, no one can hear you bitching about pronouns because everyone is everything. So it is. Yeah, they do all have female leads, and there's only one good episode. I mean, they're all
what a
15
surprise.
minutes long. The good one is the Japanese one,
Right, yeah.
And it stars a boy.
Right.
And the rest of them are obviously studio executives virtue signaling around a writer's room table to get, whatever that's. What is it, the committee called? The NOW? Wow. Ethics?
DEI,
Okay.
diversity, equity, and inclusion, or ESG.
Okay.
Which one? Well, the ESG is the one where it's supposedly like BlackRock and all those investment groups only giving you money if you have meet certain criteria.
Yeah.
And the criteria seem to be, well, there's the environmental part, which I think is good, like cutting down on your carbon emissions and all that. but they bundle it together with the social stuff, where it's all the anti-racist white fragility stuff.
They write it into the 100-page.
It's basically like mid to late 30s white HR lady stuff, like I'm privileged. Yeah.
And this is something that you call out that but it didn't bother me until you. It's like the polar bear thing.
Yeah. So stop noticing things.
You made me notice it, and then it was Obi-Wan and the Black Lady, Buzz Lightyear and the Black Lady. 007 might possibly now be a Black Lady.
Right.
It's fine, whatever. There has to be a sidekick. I mean, nobody complained about Short Round being an Asian boy, but that was because there wasn't always another Asian
boy in every other franchise, right?
Except Goonies, which is the same dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like they have a template that they're not allowed to deviate.
A style guide.
Yeah.
For the logo.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I mean, it's the Star Wars Visions is fine. It's interesting. You know, to me, it's always just been, and it's only been 2 seasons, but I've appreciated it for the same reason I love Death and Robots and Spike and Mike's Animation Festival and Heavy Metal Magazine.
Right.
It's just, I like seeing different styles of animation. But this season 2, it does seem like they're throwing bones to people who don't get a lot of work.
To people who don't watch Star Wars too.
Yeah. It's just, not only they're all female led, but they're all multicultural. They all have some strange accent for some reason, and it's like, I don't know. It's fine, whatever. But why does they need to have an accent? Whose idea was that? Why? It's not. And there's that Robin Williams interview. Anybody could look up with George Lucas when he was making fun of him for using weird accents. And he's like, "These are the only ones on Earth. I have to use some accents." So they have to use some accent from somewhere to denote that someone is from somewhere else. Nobody knows what an alien accent sounds like, so they just use the Chinese.
You would think she suspect an attack.
Yeah, now there are 2 of them.
Now there are 2 of them. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mind tricks don't work on me. Only man.
But we were talking about that Mandalorian porn with the what's her face, the armorer. You've removed your helmet from my vagina. They've already had Star Wars already did the cut and paste hentai theme of forever. They had a woman being attacked with tentacles.
Yeah.
With garbage everywhere.
Yeah. They started that from the beginning.
Yeah, that was in episode 4. Leia's getting wrapped around. Luke was the one that got pulled under, but Leia did get some tentacles, and she was wearing white, and she was all wet. So that was, I don't know if hentai did that before that, or if it was.
No, there's old Japanese illustrations of octopuses banging chicks and stuff. It's stuff from 1600s or whatever.
There must be an old legend of it happening. Some lady got raped by an octopus one time in the sea. We're watching. I started watching Escape from New York, and then Escape from LA. It's just another one of those R-rated movies that I missed when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched Escape from New York, and it was great. It's got Harry Dean Stanton in it. It's very 80s. It's John Carpenter. All the music is his gay, whatever.
Yeah.
Guitars that he's playing.
Is it guitars in that one?
Yeah. I tried to do a John Carpenter for this show. I tried to make a song in audition, but I've never done that before. I can play guitar. I can play drums. I can play piano. So I played a little bit of guitar and a little bit of drums and a little bit of piano. And I could not fucking get them to match up in audition. It sounded horrible. Probably because they weren't the same. I need a click. I need a metronome in my ear. But I have to use my phone for that, so then I have to record it sometimes.
Right.
But then, so after Escape from New York, I watched Escape from LA, and I fucking loved it because the president is Jerry Falwell.
You're right.
And he's moved the capital to Lynchburg, Virginia. And he's taking over America with his morals.
Yeah, there's no subtlety there.
Yeah, and his daughter is being slutty and trying to make him rebel against him.
What's her name from Resident Evil 4?
But yeah, LA is painfully 90s.
Yeah.
As much as Escape from New York is painfully 80s.
Right.
Escape from LA is even more. Kurt Russell is halfway almost old still. Starting.
Right.
He's not an action star. We got to watch Tango and Cash. I want to see that.
Did we watch Tango and Cash with on one of our movie nights here with Joey? We might have watched it, We definitely watched The Last Boy Scout, which is not good.
Yeah.
Last Boy Scout is not a really good movie.
I want to watch the Adam Sandler one. Disney Lane.
Oh, yeah, Bulletproof? Yeah.
Yes.
Where he shoots him in the head at the beginning? Yeah. It's like, he's always say, he says, is that the one where he's like, in this porno, this guy's fucking this chick while she's eating an apple?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you know how I know this movie was made in the 70s and the dude's dick has sideburns? Oh, that was freaking hilarious when I was in 7th grade whenever that came out.
Yeah, and we were watching Adam Sandler become like a megastar. Yeah.
That was slightly before. That was like, I think that was maybe before Happy Gilmore and the Waterboy and all that stuff.
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah.
So speaking of Cash, I was writing a Johnny Cash song about a friend of ours from my kids' junior high that has 5 moms. And every time we tell anybody about it, they're like, how did that happen? And I'm like, well, my daddy left home when I was 3.
There's a boy named
my
Sue.
mama turned into a lesbian with me. Then them 2 split off and got some more girlfriends, and now I got 5 moms. Life ain't easy for a boy with 5 mothers. But I'm sure
That's such an Austin thing. It's like, oh yeah, it's a kid who has 5 moms.
Yeah, I'm sure he's very respectful to women, so that's good. It'll serve him well. Or very, very afraid of all of them.
I know. It's like, you say he was. Didn't she say he was simping pretty hard?
Yeah.
Simping ain't easy.
Oh yeah, and then I didn't finish movie talk. I watched Blood In, Blood Out.
I still need to watch that. You said it's on free on YouTube,
It's
right?
on YouTube in 4K. It's
4K?
3 hours. It's almost 4 hours long. It's very long. It's an epic odyssey of literature.
It's almost 4 hours long.
It's over 3.
Was it you? No, was it Clay that was saying that when he worked at Blockbuster, like Mexican dudes always go, "Hey man, you got Blood In, Blood Out?"
They had Blood In, Blood Out COVID masks on the east side of the convenience store. I should have bought all of them when I saw them.
Oh yeah.
Vatos going locos.
Don't you know I'm loco?
That's another painfully late 80s, early 90s. Where the acting was almost like Tommy Wiseau bad.
Oh really?
Of this, I mean, it had Benjamin Bratt. He's good.
Yeah.
But everyone else in that movie. It was the first appearance of Billy Bob Ding Dong Ray Cyrus Thornton.
Yeah.
And the first appearance of Machete. And then a bunch of other people were there.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And there's a white Nazi jail rapist. It was like the most disgusting, like, I'll buy that for $1 looking dude. The redhead with a mustache.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie. I mean, it just because it's such a cultural.
Yeah.
It's touchstone, whatever you call that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't act like a movie critic. You can't say that you don't know what Star Wars Visions Season 2 because it's female leads. If you haven't seen Blood In, Blood Out, you know nothing. So they sent us a thing at work that they said that we have to put pronouns in the signature.
You don't you don't have to, do you?
No.
I can't make you do that
They sent
shit.
a copy-paste thing with suggestions of here's where you can type stuff.
Yeah.
And here's where you put your name and everything else. Because we changed departments. And it had, everything was bold, but then in light, not bold, in parentheses, it said pronouns.
Ugh.
So it wasn't implied that it was mandatory. But I just had this conflict of like, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be political, and I don't want to piss anyone off. But I don't want to participate in this. I don't want to have the conversation.
Right. I know.
Of this because it's a stupid conversation. It's all too nebulous. There's no solution, and it's just an excuse for everybody to argue.
Yeah, it's very never nudes. Hey, it's Clay.
Have you heard of Tihi? Tihi, the subreddit?
Thinks I hate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know it was Thanks I Hate It. I thought it was a giggle, like a girl giggling.
Tee.
So everything I was seeing on the subreddit, I was like, how is this cute? Why is this cute? It was like disgusting, moldy soup or whatever. And
Yeah,
like,
right.
I get, you're supposed to hate it, but I didn't understand what Tihi was. I thought it was Teehee.
Yeah, tee.
It was like, I thought it was a Hawaiian version. Teehee, this is the Teehee.
You are tee.
Once again, I did not understand the context.
Did you ever watch Encanto?
Encanto? No.
Encanto,
Yes.
the Pixar movie?
Yeah.
I was babysitting my niece this weekend, and
Of course, I watched Encanto. I love Encanto. I love female-led
Yeah.
animation movies. And
you definitely love other
I
cultures.
love everything that Disney does
You love the Colombians
to make themselves look good.
Yeah. I had so I was babysitting my 7-year-old niece, and I was like, "You want to watch a scary movie?" And she goes, and she's like, "Yeah," you know, because it's Uncle time. So if it's Uncle time, then you get to watch scary movies and all kind of stuff. And she was kind of intrigued by the idea, but eventually we were scrolling through Disney Plus, and she wanted to watch Encanto. So I put it on, and the entire time I was like, "It's happening in Colombia. It's very colorful."
Scary.
And all that, and I was like, and I kept wanting to say, "Where's the cocaine? You know, where's the coca farm and all that?"
Scary
But
if you're on acid. There's a lot of colors.
she'd ask her parents what cocaine was.
Nice.
So I was like, it's not.
They're like,
not-
you are cocaine. That's
Yeah.
what cocaine is. It's
Right.
you.
right.
Pure energy.
Cocaine is made of children.
You don't understand it because it's what you're made of.
Right.
So was that your first time watching Encanto?
Yeah, I didn't watch all of it.
Okay.
I made her go to bed at like 9:30. It was a school night. My brother and sister-in-law and her brother went to the Cure concert that you guys went to.
Yeah.
And I was at about 9 or 10 o'clock that night, I was like, "Oh, they're not gonna get home till like after midnight." I was like, "Oh, I forgot. I didn't realize that I was gonna be here this long." I was playing Tears of the Kingdom the whole time. That was all right.
That Cure concert was great. I mean, they put all the hits at the end, of course.
Yeah, when they're like a 8-song encore or something.
2 encores.
2 encores, yeah.
I mean, he's goth Jesus, so everybody's worshiping him.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Every side of the stage, he looked out into the stadium, and everybody put their hands up like he was waving just at them.
Right.
I mean, it's Robert Smith. Everyone's been in love with him for. All of our wives and girlfriends from the '80s has been in love with that guy.
Has not aged well.
No,
He looks like a fat old British woman.
Yeah, he looks like a potato lady.
Yeah. My brother says he looks like a slug.
Yeah, he just kind
with
of,
lipstick.
he had energy. He was doing his gay little dances.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Boys don't cry.
But there was a lady to the left of me that was doing like youth group leader moves.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yes, Jesus. Everything. Like, go, go, go. It was like, charismatic worship.
Right.
She
Yeah.
was feeling the spirit of the Holy Ghost of goth Jesus. And she kept bumping into me. There was an empty seat between us. So we
Yeah.
both had room to like, there was that thing of where like everybody stands up and we were in the back, so we had to stand up because everybody in front of us stood up.
Right.
And then it was like, come on, it's a slow song. Everybody's sitting on Jesus. But she was moving into the empty seat space, and so was I. And then she kept bumping into me because she was very animated. And then her douchebag, skinhead, tiny boyfriend kept looking at me all mean that I was in her way of her moves. I was like, I'm being still. This is goth music. You're supposed to put your head down and cry.
Right.
This is not.
You're supposed to do the goth kids dance from
Yeah, every song is in Friday
South
I'm in
Park.
Love.
Yeah.
But it was a good show. It was great. And I was thinking about a skit. A lot of these ideas are probably better as skits than bits. Skits are bits. But have you seen the photo of the Norwegian jails? How fancy and nice they are?
Yeah.
Swedish jail?
Yeah, they look like an IKEA
Yeah.
store. Yeah.
So there's people, conceivably, there could be a family in West Virginia that's a 5, mom, dad, 3 kids in a trailer. Everybody doesn't have their own room.
Yeah.
That they're not living that well in West Virginia as they could be if they all went together and did a redneck family bank heist in Norway.
Yeah.
And then they could all go to jail, and there'd just be some rednecks in Norwegian jail like, can I have a water? Somebody bring me something. That water's nice. That's the same mountain I can see out the window. It's an Avion bottle. It could be a whole movie of poor-ass, nasty rednecks that decide to upgrade their lifestyle and go live in jail in Norway. You ever get hangry?
Yeah. No, not so much these days, but whenever I'm really trying to like get in shape, it's pretty horrible. I'm pretty angry.
Yeah, I have to eat. I don't eat all day until right before my kids get home. I got to eat now. But my wife does this thing. She doesn't get hangry. She gets orngry. She'll do some kind of slutty stuff, and then I always know what's next. If it's in the morning, she's like all affectionate and nice, and then she's like, taco. Like, you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You're acting nasty to get me to go get food.
Sounds manipulative.
Yeah. That's relationships. There you go. Feeling manipulated. But, you know, usually it's something I agree with. And I'm like, you could have just asked. I mean, I like how you asked, but you could have asked normal. I would have gone and got a taco. Have you been to Mommy's Tacos?
No.
On the Matthews in Manchester?
Nope.
It's really good. There we go. It's next to the
Might be the next one to go to.
gas station. We were riffing about the DeSantis Disney thing. About how he probably tried to go to Disney and get like the celebrity treatment where you skip the line and everything. Like when you have a stroller at Disney and you get to go to the front. But then celebrities can go and get like go in the back doors of everywhere and their kids get to meet the princesses and you get like fancy treatment. He probably went and they were like, no, who the fuck are you? He was like, I'm going to shut this whole place down.
Yeah.
Do you know who my daddy is? Disney is over.
I had a middle part in high school.
Yeah.
You can't treat me like this.
You can't have a metro. I'm in charge of who has a metro in Florida.
That's weird. I made a little platform and then I went into the lava.
You're using a fire hydrant to cross lava?
Yeah, it makes little lava
making
things. Yeah.
Toilet cakes in the lava.
Guess this thing is telling you. Ooh.
You know how drug dealers sometimes will say, I need you to stick around for like a half hour-ish so it doesn't look like people are coming and going from here? George used to do that. Remember George?
Yeah.
So I would have to watch him play World of Warcraft and like burn hip-hop CDs because he didn't want, you know, the revolving door because it looked sketch for the neighbors. But I can't say who it is, but there's someone that we know that's in that business, and we gave him a referral. And he's like, she doesn't have to stick around at all. I don't care about looking sketchy. I do not want this person in my house for long periods of time. Get in and get the fuck out. And so she'll show up and be like, I should hang out for a while, right? So it doesn't look bad. And he's like, yeah, no, yeah, that's okay. You can just go. I don't need you to. I guess that's like an old dealer etiquette thing where people used to hang out a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's always that. I mean, that's what Pineapple Express is about, right?
Yeah, lingerers.
It's about like the drug dealer who tries to like, you're like, hey, we're friends, right? We're gonna hang out and be friends. And then there's the drug dealer's like, oh, the guy stays too long.
Yeah.
I guess it's all based on personality and what people.
Yeah. So if
they like you versus if they don't like you, but I'm just trying to buy some weed, man. At least back in the day, right?
That's how you know you're cool. If your drug dealer's like, you got to stick around for a while and play virtual fighter.
I mean, that means that your drug dealer likes you.
Yeah. And that's how you know you're annoying. Also, if your drug dealer's like, I'm not really worried about looking suspicious. You can just go, please.
Yeah. Get out.
Take your shit, go.
Get out.
Take your marked up, stepped on price shit. If you don't like it, get out of here.
I had one bomb flower. I was able to use it.
What would we done otherwise? You can hit that shit with a stick.
Yeah, I could have hit it with one of my things here.
Are you gonna make some more urinal cakes? I was talking about generational trauma with different cultures. And like a lot of the guys I worked with in my previous job, you know, you spend 8 hours in a truck together, and they're Hispanic, and you run out of shit to talk about. So, you know what you're gonna do about that? You're gonna have to do recall.
Yep, bring it back in time. Gotta get back in time.
But eventually, after 8 hours together in a truck, one of you is gonna start TMIing,
right?
Because there's nothing to talk about. And I heard a lot of bad stories from a lot of the bad guys about their life.
Yeah.
And but none of it was army related. But a lot of it was like family related.
Right.
I was like, man, you got PTSD, and they were like, nah, I don't got puto SD. You got puto SD. They thought I was saying puto SD instead of PTSD. I'm not a fucking puto. While we were downtown watching The Cure on the way home, driving through the city, we saw an unmanned car. couple of them.
Like self-driving car?
Yep. Nobody in the driver's seat. They were driving strange, and I was like, look, I watch. There's nobody in this car. She was like, no. And I sped up and got next to it. Sure enough, no head, no nothing in the driver's seat. There's a steering wheel for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess if it's eventually a human has to get into it.
If it gets stranded. Yeah, people have been kicking those food bots over sideways.
Yeah,
they just
right.
Cry on the ground and go, help
Right.
me. That was the first unmanned car that I'd seen. Did you see that Final Fantasy 16 got rejected in Saudi Arabia because of you had gay sex and you have to go to jail?
Was it? What was it about? Did they say what it was, or was it just decency? Or
No, it was gay shit.
there's gay shit in Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah, Joshua, the boy.
How progressive!
The little boy named Joshua is gay as fuck. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who's gay. We got to play it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the mystery. Maybe it's a side quest that you can't even... It's not even part of the story like the Harry Potter stuff.
Right.
Or the,
Oh, is the Harry Potter stuff not even part of the story?
I mean, you don't have to do the translating thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just a teacher that's trained. Does she? It's a she. Does she actually say she's trans? Like, I used to be a man.
No. It's a...
Or is it just a man's voice with a woman's model?
I mean, it's up to you to decide, really. It's
Yeah,
a
right.
fucking video game. It's not. I mean, it's a man's build with a woman's clothing and voice.
Okay.
So the character model that they rendered has broad shoulders.
That's what's funny is that, like, it must be so easy to be trans in the Harry Potter world because you just take some polyjuice potion or whatever to change yourself, right? And that's like the perfect surgery.
Gay sex
When the
clitoris.
glow of
You
the
use your magic
blood-stained
wand.
moon shines upon the land.
I don't know. I mean, plus, you know, well, how did J.K. Rowling feel about that?
She
It's her world.
It depends on the amount of zeros on that check, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, you think J.R.R. Tolkien was spinning in his grave over the Black Elves?
I never made black elves in my book. They were pale-skinned.
Yeah, I wonder what his reaction to that would be, actually. He'd probably just be like, this is shit. Terrible writing. This is not my world. He wouldn't even worry about, well, I don't know. I mean, you gotta wonder, you know.
He hung out in the Eagle, Crown and Eagle pub
Yeah.
in the Cotswolds in England with
C.S. Lewis, yeah.
I
They're
went to-
bros.
I went there. There was a wax outline of a duck on the window. We sat in the window and looked out on the road, and the duck had flown into the window, and they hadn't cleaned it off. It's a perfect shape of a duck that just went donk.
Yeah.
So speaking of Final Fantasy, there's a lady at work in a cubicle down the other side of the building from me. I walk across the building and go down the other stairs to get my steps inside. Her desk had all these blessed Jesus
Yeah.
framed stuff, and then also Moogles.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you like fantasy things? You're into Jesus and into Final Fantasy."
Yeah, that's weird.
So we were talking about other people that are like, "Yeah, I like Harry Potter and flat Earth theory.
Right.
I like things that are fake.
Yeah.
I like Star Wars and birds aren't real."
I mean, well, the other thing is that, like I've said, the Bible is just it's just the first Final Fantasy. It's the first, like, it's the first Lord of the Rings world, the first Narnia.
Yeah, we were talking about that with this. The map doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the world building sucks. Like, it contradicts itself. Yeah, I should work on that. Turn that into something.
Adam Friedland stole my joke about them that they were during the writer's strike. They did actually become the #1 talk show, late night talk show.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to do it. We're on the same wavelength. We're both Jewish and like Oasis. Did you say you'd seen Mandy or not?
No, I still have never seen that movie.
So we took shrooms and watched Mandy. It was a light dose. I get everybody we've told about this is horrified. Like, how could you do that and watch that? Because it's a... But I loved it. It was the movie is kind of... It's a goth couple that live in the woods, and the husband is a lumberjack. And there's a lot of like animated interludes of like the camera gets weird, and she starts talking about a book she's reading. It's very arty.
Yeah.
And then it goes animated, like heavy metal, and there's dragons and like dark scenery. But then, yeah, they get in this whole horrible battle with these crazy Jesus people. But the best part of the whole movie, and this is something I've noticed that Nicolas Cage does in a lot of his movies, he'll get one line in that's like becomes a meme. Like
Right,
he knows
yeah.
he's a meme.
Yeah, he's got to have that one line where he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm a sexy cat." Like the
Gone
whole
in 60
community
seconds. He does a little Elvis thing or
Yeah.
whatever. So in this one, he's on coke, he's getting revenge, he's wearing a shirt that he likes, and he gets stabbed, and then he goes to kill the guy that stabbed him through his shirt. And while he's killing him, he goes, "You ripped my shirt!" And he sounds like he's singing in a rock song. He's like, "You ripped my shirt!" And it became I don't know if it, I mean, I guess it's a meme because I found it really quickly on YouTube. Somebody made like a real
Yeah.
short
Yeah,
clip
or
of
like
it.
the Wicker Man. Not the bees, the bees.
Yeah. You ripped my shirt! That's my new favorite Nicolas Cage one-liner. He's just so good. He's an icon now. But he knows it.
Yeah.
He's self-aware. I still haven't watched The Unbearable
Yeah, the one with him and Pedro Pascal.
Lightness of Being with Everything Everywhere All at Once. 'Cause they're both of those dudes know that they're memes. Pedro Pascal acts this big wheel, keep on turning. You need 3 more of those.
Yeah, that's the. I think that's the General Grievous wheel.
Okay.
Got a hydrant.
You just bust it out anywhere and get in it?
Yeah.
Is that random what comes out of those?
I don't know. I think each one has a certain different kinds of things, so different things come out of different ones, but it is random on what comes out.
Okay. I stayed up till midnight playing this last night. After coming home from work and taking like a 3-hour nap. I slept from like 4 to 7 and then woke up and played this until midnight. And I kept checking on my kid going, "You're not using the Switch, can I use it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was watching YouTube on TV." So I took it up into the bedroom and had the lights out. I should have ate a gummy. That would have been rad.
Yeah.
Stay up and eat a gummy and play Zelda on the tiny screen all night in the pitch black. But I got, I was trying to get myself set up for next week is the last week where they're in school. So I'll have it to myself.
Yeah.
And I want to fuck around, not do the beginning stuff. So I did the whole beginning Sky Island and got those first 3 abilities. And now I can have fun with all the systems. You were saying earlier how amazing it is that this game's not buggy.
It's like how the physics just works. It's weird.
Yeah, it's Nintendo. They're the boss of this kind of stuff. And this game existed before. They just added a bunch of more awesome shit to it. Which is fine. We were doubting it during the beginning. When we were watching all the
Yeah.
previews, we
Yeah,
were
it's
like,
like, this is
it's
just like-
Hyrule again.
Yeah, it just looks like
What's that ball? Go to the ball.
it's like a thing that moves inside. Clay was here earlier.
But I have a ball with a thing that moves inside.
Ah.
The tower. There's so many islands. And the islands are cooler than the ground. 'cause
Oh, there's
we've all-
Gleeok. Look at that Gleeok down there.
damn,
That
that's
3-headed
huge.
thing. That's the first. Was that the first? The first thing you fight in the original Legend of Zelda, or was it? No, the first thing you fight was a dragon, but it didn't have multiple heads.
I'm fagging for dragons. I'll watch anything with dragons. I watched Aragon, Dragonheart,
Yeah.
Reign of Fire was one of my favorite movies.
I've still never seen Reign of Fire with.
These beasts are
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's good. It's got Gerard Butler. They reenact Star Wars for the children post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like they're old and they remember movies, and the kids have all been raised with no movies. The
Right.
dragons
Yeah, I
are-
knew that they did like Empire Strikes Back or something with.
The dragons are all tight looking. They're like dark and oily, and they eat ash.
Hell yeah.
But it's dumb gay British people that hide underground, and then fucking Watterson shows up. McConaughey shows up with
Yeah.
a shaved head.
He's like, you can kill them. They die. If it bleeds, he pulls the Jesse Ventura. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
These monsters are not magical. They bleed blood like you and me. You bring me the heart, you take down the beast.
You send that bitch right down my throat. He's got a helicopter and an axe, and he just jumps into the thing's mouth. That's great. I mean, depends how you feel about dragons. A lot of those movies get extra points for me just because they have dragons in them.
Yeah, dragons were way more awesome back whenever it wasn't easy to just copy and paste a dragon into a movie with a computer. Like I'm not really impressed by special effects and like fantastic creatures and stuff like you can do anything in a computer these days, so it's not special anymore.
Remember Monsters Inc? Everybody was like, look at this hair.
The hair on Sully. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we got Rocket Raccoon just hanging over.
Yeah.
Like a guy.
So you went and saw that, didn't you?
No.
Still haven't seen it? Maybe we should.
So we got that. We got Transformers. We got Indiana Jones this summer. Are you gonna be boycotting any of those?
Yeah, Donnie's Law.
That sucks.
I still haven't seen
Transformers
Bumblebee.
sucks already anyway.
Well, yeah. So yeah, if I know it sucks, why would I want to pay money and go see it?
Because it's just a schlock. It's a summer blockbuster. It's got huge robots.
Yeah, why do I want to watch something I know is going to be bad? Although I haven't seen I still never saw Bumblebee, but that one was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was fun. But it was kind of Goonies-esque. It was kind of like the Solo.
Yeah. I never
Romp.
was really into Transformers that much when I was a kid. I was into He-Man. I was big on He-Man, and I was big on I had some G.I. Joes and was into that, but
That was how I first found out my family was Jewish, because I was begging for Transformers, and my neighbors had all the huge ones.
yeah.
And the Asian kid at school had like Omega Supreme, which was like a train tracks.
Yeah, right.
And I just wanted a Transformer. I was like, can I have a Transformer for my birthday? And they got me Bumblebee. It was like $4.99.
The cheapest
the
one, yeah.
tiniest one.
He was a bug, right? He was a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, and no, I didn't even get him. I got Cliffhanger, who was like the red version.
Yeah.
Wasn't even the main dude.
I never had the original Skeletor.
Cliff Jumper.
I had the I think I had the original He-Man, but my
The ones
Skeletor.
with the chests. With the
my
damaged-
Skeletor was the one with the damaged chest, and I think I had a He-Man with the damaged chest
They
too.
had Hot Wheels like that too.
Yeah, I remember I had some of those. They get all crashed or whatever. That's their panels would flip around the other side and they'd be all crashed.
I remember my dad telling me, "Don't quit crashing it over and over again. You're gonna wear the spring out."
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Like, quit playing with your
toys
toys.
are made to be broken.
Yeah, I got the same thing
It's
about
kind of the whole point.
my skateboard. The bottom's all scratched up.
Yeah.
Why'd you even pick one with graphics on it if you're going to scratch the bottom all up? It's disposable. It's going to get ground down to nothing eventually, just like the wheels and everything else. We're all going to die eventually. Skateboards, Transformers, Hot Wheels, everybody. What is that glyph? The switch glyph. What does it do? There's a side quest for it?
That is Tears of the Kingdom's version of the memories. So
okay.
I'll go back to it. We can do one.
So you only have that bird friend. You don't have the other friends.
Yeah, I guess you at some point can switch between them because I think I don't know how many temples there are, how many champions or whatever there are.
Yeah.
But in this,
Those are the children of the ones from before.
yeah, in this one they're called sages. So this one's a sage. I mean, they might be bigger ones. I don't know. Can't remember. I think this guy's name's Tiba. I think he was in the first game. He's like a little kid, little Rivali. But anyway, yes.
They haven't explained what the kingdom is crying and has tears.
Sort of.
Why is it sad?
All right, let's see.
Oh,
This is
that's
part
it.
3. This is the third memory.
And does he just now have AIDS on his hand forever? Is that good?
Yeah, I think he just got that arm forever.
There's
It
the
said-
tear. That's the crying.
The thing
Crying.
said I had to replace your arm with this arm.
Yeah, he's like Metal Gear. He's got the hand of Jehuti.
Yeah.
Liquid Snake. So that guy
It is
had
quite an
2
interesting
AIDS
device.
arms.
This is definitely not from this era.
So Zelda went back in
That
time.
said, I believe
To like
there
10,000
may
years
be a
ago.
way to get the travel
You see
functionality
the llama's
working here.
udders. She's got her tits covered.
I'd like to tinker
an
with
animal.
it a bit. Would it be okay if I borrow it?
Yes, whatever you need. I really appreciate your help.
Then I'll hold on to it.
Rivali's gay guy. is
So
now
you
ready.
really believe my story? That I came from the future?
I never doubted you for a moment.
Was that the lady from the Quiet Place?
Minoru,
No,
you
it's
know of a way we could help
Who
to
is that?
return Zelda back to her time.
Emily
I
Blunt.
suspect it was the power of your secret stone that allowed you to travel through time. To put it simply, secret stones amplify the power
She's
they
apparently the
possess.
time sage.
Okay.
So they're just going. They're
I
like
am
bringing in
able
stuff
to
from all the
separate
other
my
Zelda
spirit from
games.
my body.
You're the boss of time.
Rauru can repel or destroy evil with his power of light. And Sonia, she can control time. As for you, I can sense both light and time powers.
What was the first
But
Zelda game
your
you played?
secret stone
Wasn't
seems
it
to
Zelda?
amplify your
The first,
time
the
power.
NES?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it for my 8th birthday in 1990,
Ultimately,
so
the
I guess it
secret
had already been
stone
out for like
only
3 years.
amplifies
Yeah,
your
do you have the
power.
gold cartridge?
Yeah, it was a gold cartridge.
It doesn't
First one
suddenly
with the
grant you
battery,
mastery
so you
and
can
control.
progress.
That's still up to you. That means
Did you play 2?
if you don't
Yeah, I
already
had
know
I
how
had
to
both
get yourself home,
Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2: Adventure of Link, and then but I think the one that was really my favorite was A Link to the Past.
I like
there
how
are stories about the
painfully
secret stones and
body crumbles when
a
he gets hit
forbidden
in
act
Zelda 2
called
Adventure.
draconification.
Is this a side scroller?
To
But whenever he
swallow
gets
a
hit, his
secret
whole body
stone
just goes.
is to become
Like
an
that,
immortal
yeah.
dragon, one blessed with eternal life.
Ah, there's a tear. She
Interesting.
has the tears.
Another way to reach the future.
The tears of
Not
the
a very
kingdom of
quick one.
Mexican jail tear tattoos.
So you
'cause
think
they
these
killed
stories could hint at a
kids.
solution to our dilemma?
Yes. But there is still more to those tales.
Look at all
To
those books.
become
She
an
read all those
immortal
books.
Have you
dragon
played every one
is
since?
to lose
Played every
oneself.
Zelda. Did you play the Game Boy
That is
one?
why
No,
it
I
is
didn't play
forbidden.
Link's Awakening.
Choo Choo Train one?
Didn't play that.
I thought maybe this could lead to a solution. Some way
It's a
to
long. This
transcend
is a
time.
long memory.
But
We
if you
did,
have to
we
sacrifice
quit
your heart
playing
and mind, sacrifice
Ocarina
what makes
because of
you
the water
you.
dungeon.
Yeah.
It was like the
I'm
Battletoads
sorry.
of Zelda.
I wish I could help more.
But that was like right. You were older than you. We were just turning 21.
we
And we were like,
started.
let's fucking go drink. This is dumb.
Y'all, man, I was
There's still hope.
junior
I
in
think
high
the answer-
school.
The answer to this
I thought it was the
problem lies in
most,
study and
amazing
learning more
thing.
about the nature of your power.
It's polygons.
I'm sure Sonia would be happy to help you.
Yeah. So yeah, I played the Super Nintendo one. I was obsessed with it.
Okay.
But I never played the Game Boy one because I never had a Game Boy. And then I bought Ocarina of Time on the release, and then played that probably as much as I played any other Nintendo 64 game.
What's the Super NES one called? Time?
A
Something?
Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play Majora's Mask because I was in college at that point, and I never got the expansion pack.
Yeah.
So I never played Majora's Mask.
You
And
got
then-
one now.
Yeah, I got one now. I can play. I can play it now. And then I got what was the next one after that? Is that Wind Waker? The next one? I played all that. I played a little bit of Twilight Princess. But I never got a Wii, and I sold my GameCube. So
Did you smoke weed back when Wind Waker was out?
not when Wind Waker was out. I hadn't started then.
That was fun. It was fun. Stoned game.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice. I didn't even drink back then, really. And then I never played Skyward Sword. Flip played Skyward Sword, but again, I didn't have a Wii, so. I played most of the Zeldas, and then none of the DS ones. Although A Link to Between Worlds I played, and that one was great. That was basically just A Link to the Past.
Did you play Skyward Sword now when it just came back out though for Switch?
A little bit, but I haven't
have
really
it.
gotten into it. I have both it and Link's Awakening for Switch. Twilight Princess I played through a lot more of in when it came out for the Wii. I killed that thing with one hit. Nice.
Eyeball.
I can't do that.
Club. To make a stone club.
So yeah, I've got if I wanted to play all these, I just love these. I love Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite since Ocarina.
Oh no, your dope weapon. My kid just got something in this game where anything you fuse together is double as powerful.
Oh yeah.
It's ×2 power. That's something from the Gerudos.
Yeah, we've gone there.
From the Italians.
That's what's really cool about this game is, it's different enough to where it feels like a fresh world. And I'm like, ooh, I haven't gone to the Lost Woods yet. Ooh, I haven't gone to the Gerudos. I haven't gone to this place, that place. I haven't gone to Hateno Village where Link has his house. So there's a lot of places where I need to check it out.
Hate No Village.
Yeah, Hate No Village.
They changed the race and the tribes in this to peoples.
Yeah.
So now
Did they say races and tribes in Breath of the Wild? Is
Yes.
the question. The only thing I really have a problem
every
with
Zelda
is
so
not
far.
calling it the Gerudo tribe because it's always been called the Gerudo
Well,
tribe.
Gerudos are Italian, obviously.
Yeah, Gerudo,
The
Gerudo.
fish people are like Filipino.
Yeah.
Or Pacific Rimmers. The birds are Jews. Duh. They have big beaks. I don't know.
I'm also noticing a lot of they and their.
I think the
in
llamas
this.
are Mexican. The original Raros.
The
They're
Zonai.
Yeah, they're Latino.
Like a lot of people will tell you, oh yeah, I heard a rumor about this person who could do this. They lived in this, like they don't even know if it's male or female. There's lots of them and they
Yeah.
in this game. I'm just like, it seems a little bit like the American localizers to me, because we all know what the people who localize games' Twitter feeds
They
look
like
like.
sheep and titties.
Yeah.
It's a bright eyes crab. Is there a neutral milk hotel crab too?
Yeah, the neutral milk crab. Yeah.
Is there an arcade fire crab?
And I'm just like right on the edge. I was gonna go to Kakariko.
Rich poop. Kakariko. Yeah, it seems like a culmination of what all of their world building has led up to so far. Like,
Yeah.
the older games were like, wow, you get Hyrule Field and you get
Yeah,
Hyrule
right.
Castle, but now you get Hyrule as a nation.
Yeah, a seamless Hyrule.
Yeah. And the style is very Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this stock 'cause it doesn't really, it'll age well. It won't look all clunky. And I mean, Ocarina of Time was a great game, but if you go back and try and play it on the Nintendo 64, it looks so clunky.
This is turning to playing Skyward Sword on Switch. Wind Waker was awesome on Wii U.
Yeah,
The HD remake. But then again, yeah, it was timeless. Design like this. It was cartoony.
yeah, right.
Cell shaded, whatever, flat. What's that Jewish bird doing now? Do you ever sidestep or backflip? Or parry?
Whenever I really remember to and concentrate,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
That's why people talk shit about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like, those games are insanely deep. Like, there's so much cool combat shit you can do.
Yeah, right.
But I never did it. I just would just wail with the sword over and over again. But
Right.
they had the weird parries and different styles for different swords and
I'm
rapiers and
almost
weapons.
dying already.
Warrior
Yeah.
needs food badly.
Bring up
Warrior
my-
is going to die.
Bring my defense up. Because that is like the enemies are harder in this game because of the weapon issue and just everything. Ugh.
Nom, 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 nom.
Finally got a black goblin. I don't know if I might be the first one of those that I killed. That's the cool thing about this guy is he helps me. He shoots with arrows too.
You haven't played any Jedi Survivor yet?
No, I've only watched you play it.
Are you still going to get Final Fantasy 16?
Yeah, I probably will. I'm
Even
sure.
though there's gay sex inclusion?
Hey, if it's well written gay sex.
It's a child. It's a bunch of Jewish studio execs
Yeah.
from Disney told them that they had to put children's.
I'm
gay
pretty
sex.
sure that that the Japanese guys, the ones who said everybody is white in this game because that's the story we wanted to tell. I'm pretty sure those guys don't really care about having, you know. It's not, it wasn't a checklist to have a gay thing. If there's a gay guy in the game, then it serves the story.
They're probably trying to appeal to Western audiences, just like 15. I mean, they're boy band.
Yeah, right. They wanted all the K-pop girls. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, like apparently Americans are into gay shit right now, so
Yeah.
let's do that. But that's like the Black Viking argument. There weren't any gay medieval people. You get burned at the stake.
Why did I not jump? I hit the button. Come on.
Ooh,
I really need to start focusing on fighting better.
get that flurry. Perfectly timed.
Alright, come on. Well, he killed him for me.
Well, he died.
Well, he died.
I killed him.
I killed
I
him.
came here to fight. That's what I done.
That guy was awesome.
Walter Philippek, R.I.P.
Senor Fanapig. Alright. I thought there was a treasure chest on these guys, but I guess there is not. Thought I would get a treasure chest unlocked.
Yeah, I never owned Zelda for NES or Zelda 2 for NES.
I mean, I lost all my NES games. Ugh. I'm so
The
sad.
first RPG I got for NES was Dragon Warrior 3.
Yeah, I got the first Dragon Warrior because I think my uncle got it for free with the Nintendo Power thing. He just gave it to me.
Oh, I was
I
like,
had all 4 Dragon Warrior games.
but I
Now
like the
those are worth some money.
They're turn-based.
Yeah,
I like that, so then I got into Final Fantasy.
right. Yeah, I was the same way. I started with Dragon Quest games.
But then I get Link to the Past got me through a dark time. It was like already getting into the next gen after Super NES.
Yeah.
I was like 17, and I had a job, and my parents were out of town. I was watching house sitting for myself, and I was just bored. And I think I was going through a bad breakup or something. So I went to the pawn shop and got a Super NES for like $50, and then went to Funko Land and got a used copy of Link to the Past, and just disappeared into
Yeah.
Hyrule. Dun, da, da. That's not in this, is it? That song.
Not that I've seen. There, a little bit
in the trailer.
whenever you are riding the horse, it goes dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, the Zelda games are a little bit like the Mario games, where they don't repeat the song. Sometimes they'll have a new song for the game.
Yeah, and they always use that theme when you hit the open road. Oh, did you already just start the photography thing?
Yeah.
If you finish being a journalist, you get a frog suit. You can climb
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can stick. Yeah, you can climb without sticking.
The French suit.
Yes, it is a very French suit. And wizard robes don't drop anything; they just disappear.
I'm looking forward to the leaderboards in Final Fantasy. There's never been an online leaderboard.
Oh, is there going to be an online leaderboard?
Hell yeah. In challenge rooms.
That's awesome.
This is the DMC dudes.
Right. So I'll be playing a Zelda and a Final Fantasy. Oh, there's a Lionel. There's
And a Star
Lionels in
Wars
this game.
same time, if
This
you
is the
want
first Lionel I've seen.
That's a cursed one. He's got antlers.
Oh man.
There's something wrong with him. He's corrupted. Yeah, he's all fucked up. There you go. Oh, it's a normal one. Apparently the corrupted ones are way worse. They've got the goop. Night
Yeah.
creams.
I haven't even seen any of that yet.
Did you ever watch Link Together on IGN? When the first one came out?
No.
They each had one Joy-Con and they had to play together.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think I might have seen
I
that.
used to stay up there with my kids on YouTube and they cracked up. Because they called the goop Ganon's night creams from his grandma's bathroom. Every
See,
time
yeah,
I get an open world game, I just try to get the map first thing. Like every time I get
Right.
my hands on this is the house, I just do all the time. I saw you.
Yeah.
Saw
He came after me.
You let me keep 1/4 of a heart.
All right, I'm gonna go upgrade my stuff. I got four little shrine things.
You don't feel safe.
I don't
You're
feel
not in a
safe.
safe space.
I don't feel seen.
You just ejected all that negativity from your life.
Yeah. Came out blue.
That was on the list of things I wish I knew. Things to do first. 10 things that Tears of the Kingdom doesn't tell you.
Yeah, that's
Your doctor will be furious.
there was that There was that thing, that series of videos is like 100 things you missed in Breath of the Wild or you didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't. You missed
And
them. I didn't
there was a
know.
million of those.
Yeah.
I assume there's going to be more of them for this game.
Don't insult my intelligence, game journalists. Are you gonna eat something? You're just
I'm just going to sit here dying.
riding, living on the edge. You're triggering me. My PTSD. My puto SD. Eat at something.
Do something.
Is this still the same layout? Hey, no. Does it still have a house? Can you have a house?
No, this is Kakariko. Yeah, it says everything's the same layout. It's just so they changed where the sun is.
Okay.
In the first game, the sun went across kind of the northern part of the sky, and now it goes across the southern part of the sky. So it changes the shadows and everything. So it makes everything feel different, different enough to where it doesn't feel like the exact same world. And I guess the end game explanation for that is that maybe it's a different season now than the first game was.
Jesus. Phone is Hitachi mode.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up on stamina. I need more stamina.
You got plenty of hearts. You got 8 hearts. You're right. The Lionel didn't kill you. That's
Yeah.
like the worst one in the game.
Off that one hit.
Stick it in my chest. Night creams.
There's a tropical fruit Waterloo coming out.
Mmm.
There was a passion fruit for a while.
There's strawberry Izzy's now too. I want one of those.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to try one of those.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Go and big priest to the world. And we do that. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream now. That
Just
was
pinch it off.
that was good enough. I'm gonna pinch off the stream now.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
I heard a men's health tip that you're between your balls and your asshole, there's a tube of where your pee comes down.
Yeah.
From your bladder, and it's kinked. So if you dribble, if you have a tendency to dribble,
Yeah.
while you're peeing, you press it and you straighten it out,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
that brings all that extra pee up, and you can finish peeing. It's a hot tip for dudes
All right.
because women don't understand the suffering that we go
Right.
through
I know.
and how hard our lives are.
There's
with the
nothing.
dribbles.
There's nothing worse than being a man.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than passing a kidney stone.
Yeah.
Babies aren't covered in spikes and made of rocks when they come out of you.
Right.
That's worse.
All right.
So I tried it, and it's real.
Did it push out the rest of the pee?
Yeah, I haven't had a dribble since.
Oh wow. So every time you just go in there and go, you just like
Yeah, it feels a
you
little gay.
blast yourself.
Feels
a little
almost
bit.
gay.
Yeah.
You're almost being gay,
You poke yourself.
but it's the chode. You just push up on your chode,
Right.
and it straightens out the two. I don't know why we were made with that. You know, again, not the most intelligent design
Yeah.
I've ever heard of.
Right.
There's a problem with the hose. Just straighten it out.
Oh well. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Right. Don't forget to unkink your pee tube.